inauguration of Tinubu and Shetima is slightly different from others because President Buhari has graciously served 8 years. God has helped President Buhari serve 8 years and is handing over not to another political party but is handing over to his political party. But the mood of the country generally is because of the issues bordering elections. In my opinion, in my own time, especially the 2015 election, my ministers, my senior officers and people who worked with me had a fear about what would be my fate if I lost the election. Good luck, Jonathan says. Nigeria has a problem with both manual voting and electronic voting. It is an Inec problem this time around, and they have to sit up so that they will not throw this country into a mess, says Goodluck Jonathan. What Nigeria needs is to employ Commission, one of these internationally known IT companies. They would want to protect their image and we will allow them to build a system for us and also manage it during elections. Bring Google to manage the election for Nigeria and they will claim neutral, says Goodluck Jonathan. Is this what Goodluck Jonathan is suggesting? Hey, eh? How unfortunate that a former president is advocating for a foreign company to be contracted to manage Nigeria's election. It seems to have forgotten that Google is an American company and they have no obligation to Nigeria, or do they even care about Nigeria? Their principal is the United States and they will do everything in their power to make sure a candidate supported by USA wins the election. Is that the case? It's even more better if America can dictate a leader that will benefit Nigerians, since our head is not to do the right thing, because as it is now, nobody should be trusted among these processors. They are bunch or professors, they are a bunch of thieves. There is sense in your analysis. Oh, good luck, Jonathan. One cause wahala now. Good piece of advice from Good Luck Jonathan. When he was there, if they had told him to do that, would you have done that? Some of the people would tell you, oh, they advised him to do this, to that. But he didn't do that. Like some of them were like, oh, we told him to remove a Jaga as at that time, but he refused to remove Jaga. But at the end of the day, see what happened. And that is why Buhari never made sure that he put somebody who is going to do his bidding. They won't, because this current process is being used to favor their own candidates. Federal government is not ready to conduct free fair elections because they are always afraid to lose after undermining the will of the people while in power. They always scared because people will pay them back by voting them out. Afraid to lose, that is just the problem. Great talk, but he did not even implement it. They have the intention, he couldn't finish his tenure. Thank you, medicine after death, corrections after woefully failed. Why didn't you do it then? You were a president for 6 years. At least he did not control Inec to his own advantage. He lost in an election. He was incumbent president. Goodluck Jonathan supervised his own election and didn't complain like Donald Trump, who also supervised his own election. If the whole world gathered to conduct elections in Nigeria, the loser will not agree without the outcome because of their motive. We don't even use to accept defeat. Each time there is a serious discussion, Yoruba miscreant must shoot mouth put. Who should be this that one? Nobody should call anybody name. Nobody is allowed. Make your own superior argument. And if it is okay, people will accept it. If it's not okay, people should restrict it to you that you don't know what you are saying, not that you just term a whole people or a whole region or a whole tribe. Oga ex-president, it is only God in heaven and his angels that can conduct a credible election in Nigeria. If Nigerians get involved, either directly or indirectly, if your Google is employed to help out, they will figure out a way to manipulate the system. Did you bring Google when you had the opportunity? INEC has already thrown Nigeria into mess. And Professor Mahmoud Yakubu will be haunted by this until he dies. He will never live to enjoy the billions of naira bribe he collected to rig the election. The most annoying thing part is that the one everybody can see, whether he collected money or that is not a people's problem. Why couldn't he follow the real process that he himself, not that somebody forced him to outline all those guidelines. He still went around, they spent billions of naira in doing all manner of things for all these processes to be done very well. Encourage people, advise people, tell people to come out, assure people, went outside the country. Now that is the only thing that, hurting a lot of people, and they are telling you forget it. Almost everyone is just insulting the man for his own view because he feels that Inec has failed, and it seems Inec will continue to fail. After Inec did their rigging, go to court, the judiciary will do that. So in your own opinion, what is the way forward? If you think what Goodluck Jonathan has said is not the right thing, I totally agree. If you consider the mess that was delivered by Yakubu, people were deliberately prevented from voting. We must bypass thugs and election riggers. Look at this man. Oh. It's a good idea, and it's help us. They will not allow that good advice. Why didn't he bring them during his tenure? People like Obi will still complain that it was rigged. Not the one that you say APC, if you don't vote for APC, don't come out. Me, I never hear this that kind of boldness and nonsense thing. If they had followed the process, people would now know that, okay, because we know before now, people used to blame voters that say, oh, maybe there were no voters education awareness and what have you. People will still go and vote for all those people. You will know that people really voted for this particular set of person, and you know that say, that is what the people want. So if there's any complaint, people just say, oh, you know what, you people voted for this government, so you have to bear it. But in this case, it wasn't so. What we saw kuru kuru, you are telling us that somebody will do this. Well, it's your own opinion, like they do when you become president. Yes, Yakubu failed woefully, but you were there for years, very weak and unserious. We should not bother to conduct election and waste people's time and money. When Tinubu finishes 6 years tenure, you should hand over to one of his sons. The problem is not the system, but with us as people, we need to reset our core values. That is it.